My praise to you, how about Shem Shah, Bashim Kakadash, devil unto the apostles, devil unto the others of great millstone. Salutations to you, Wakim, that are teaching the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This is your brother Kabash, coming at you with another edifying lesson through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. This lesson I'm going to get into is going into how the government has power over your life. And I mean whether the government wants you to live or whether the government wants you to die. And nobody can represent you. It says government argues in court that it can kill U.S. citizens at will with zero judicial oversight. So no lawyers, no right to an attorney, none of that. No process due. They're literally executing people with their own will. The source is from the source of this article is from Tech Dirt. It reads, the federal government is back in court arguing for its unilateral right to kill U.S. citizens. And unilateral, that word goes into one-sided, being one-sided, meaning whatever the courts deem on a person's life, whether it be death or just imprisonment for a long time, like over there in Guantanamo Bay and certain other prisons that we don't know about. They have people in there on their free will, just like over here in America. You know, which the government does this too as well. They have the Northern Kingdom, Issachar, and certain other Northern Kingdom tribes in cages, man. Over there in the West, in the Midwest. Well, really the West, and I think near the border of Mexico. They got them in cages, man, locked in there. Some getting tortured, beat, raped. They doing all types of stuff to Jake in there. So we got to get up out of here, man. And then right here in the article is telling you that they are killing U.S. citizens without U.S. citizens having the protection or even really doing anything serious. Now, in this case, it reads about the two journalists getting in trouble for trading data or for having a classified data and for working with the enemy Al Qaeda. Allegedly, that's what they're saying about these Al Jazeera journalists, which is a it's a good journalist outlet too as well. That news outlet, and now they're getting judged by the U.S. government to be killed because come to find out these journalists was an acquaintance with Al Qaeda. It's very interesting, and this is not just for these type of crimes that the courts of the U.S. government is blaming on these two, but it's like the power they have. It's the power they have within their system. It says two journalists who had appeared to have been mistakenly targeted by drone strikes sued the government in 2017, seeking an injunction forbidding their own government from extrajudicially killing them. Dang. That's crazy, man. Yo, they got targeted by drones, yo. So they must know something about the US government that the US government don't want out there, man. The US government do not want the truth to come out, yo. Because the US is working with Al Qaeda. Matter of fact, I think they created Al Qaeda, if I'm not mistaken. I know they created ISIS. So they funding these so-called wars and stuff like that. It's mainly all about the U.S. claiming power for the elite. And we in these times that the elite is claiming everything that it owns. Because America owns us, man. And now it's saying in this article, the U.S. government can kill us. It says the journalist Ahmad Zadon and Bilal Kareem both experienced near misses by drone strikes. The suspicion they were mistakenly targeted was confirmed by an NSA document leaked by Eden Snowden that claims Adnan, an Al Jazeera journalist, was a member of Al Qaeda. His targeting was related to the government's bulk collection of metadata, which would have placed Adnan close to several Al Qaeda members. His proximity to Al Qaeda members was to be expected given his coverage of Al Qaeda activity and other incidents in the areas he covered. So he's saying that he had real close ties to Al Qaeda. All it takes is metadata to get someone killed. And if you look up metadata, is basically going into trading data. But the classified data though, even US citizens like Bilal Kareem, who like Zidane routinely covered Al Qaeda activity and spoke to Al Qaeda members. Kareem's solo lawsuit demanding confirmation that he had been placed on the government's kill list was terminated by the DC Circuit Court in 2019. Damn. Which, and you can look up Project Megiddo. It goes into the government's terrorist list. And, they have KKK, they have Black Hebrew Israelites, I think Muslims, and some other groups. But as you can see, they are targeting the truth, man. Because we are Hebrew Israelites. We're not Black Hebrew Israelites, but we are Hebrew Israelites. We come from the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which have the promise of the Most High. So we know why they want to take us down. Because we the Lord's children. And this world is promised to us. And this truth is getting out here, so it's about to be a famine of the word. And Salaki too, my video just got a strike because, of really the message in the video. The title was clean. It was the message in the clip that was resembling or expressing the lesson that I was going into. And they hated it. Because it's true. Jake, they're coming for you. They are coming. That was the title of the video that they flagged. Reading on, it says, all it takes is metadata to get someone killed. Even U.S. citizens like Bilal Kareem, who like Zidane routinely covered Al Qaeda activity and spoke to Al Qaeda members. Kareem's solo lawsuit. Okay, I already read through that, and it says, I'm gonna read it down. Kareem's solo lawsuit demeaning confirmation that he had been placed on the government's kill list was terminated by the DC Circuit Court in 2019, which held that the information was too sensitive to share with U.S. citizens, possibly marked for death by their own government. And it was a movie that came out, I think Michael Fahrenheit, he produced it. And he was asking people about the no-fly list. And you had important people, like even the part of the Senate, not being able to him or his family. I forgot the Senate name, but even him were part of the. I think he was Republican. He couldn't fly. Neither could his family fly, yo, because it was something that he did. Um, I think he leaked some information, and all of a sudden they just took away his visa, passport, because he explained the story that he was going uh, uh, overseas, how he was getting through the airport and all that, and then the soon as he got on the plane, the police came on and escorted him out the airport. And he was he was real frantic, man. He was like, man, why y'all locking me up? Why y'all escorting me out of the airport and do nothing? And I explained to him that he can't fly. So now, shoot, the government is exposing, which they already been had, but they're exposing that they have a kill list. It says his joint lawsuit with Zidane lives on. However, it may finally provide the journalists with some answers. The state secret's assertion was the same claim used to escape Kareem's solo lawsuit, but it doesn't appear to be working quite as well this time, not when the government is saying it can engage in extraterritorial killings of U.S. citizens and other non-terrorists. What? That's crazy. Extraterritorial killings of U.S. citizens and other non-terrorists, yo. So be prepared, man. They coming for you. We kill people based on metadata. A former U.S. government officially, it's like an official gleefully exclaimed in response to Snowden leaks. That still holds true, and it appears the government loses no sleep when it kills the wrong people based on flawed assumptions about patterns in its metadata stash. Wow, that's crazy, man. The government's alternate argument wasn't much better. It basically claimed Kareem couldn't prove the U.S. targeted him because lots of people were throwing around bombs and missiles. Shrugging off Kareem's claims as baseless speculation, the government argued the alleged airstrikes occurred at a time when Syria was racked by civil war. In all of these circumstances, he's not even the only person present, much less is there anything to suggest that he's actually the target of any of these specific attacks. Hinchwell, it's like it. Hinchell Wood said, Of course, the government could easily prove it never targeted these journalists by handing over information about the contested drone strikes, but it won't. It would rather argue it can kill whoever it wants without oversight or judicial review. So the bigger picture is that they don't have uh any solution. They don't want the simple solution and proof about them uh being involved in those type of activities, uh, uh targeting people. All they had to do was show evidence about what the journalist was really petitioning about. But the government had another intention in mind, and that intention was to uh, push his power, expand his power. No, we as the U.S. government can kill citizens over metadata. That was the basis of their argument. The argument wasn't to prove that they was involved with targeting them journalists. So their main purpose was really to just kill them. And they saying they had the right to hunt them down. That was their argument. That was the unilateral power that they're claiming. One sided, yo, one sided. And it says, of course, the government could easily prove it never targeted these journalists by handing over information about the contested drone strikes, but it won't. It would rather argue it can kill whoever it wants without oversight or judicial review. The government would rather make this bold statement in open court then submit classified info directly to judges and lawyers with security clearance that would confirm or refute the replacement of the plaintiffs on kill lists. Wow, yo. Damn. That's Esau showing his horns, man. That's Esau showing his power, yo. The apostles did say Esau's so-called white man is going to start showing his devil horns. And he's showing those horns, which is his power. The government's priorities are incredibly screwed up, and we have a long, pointless war on terror to thank for its refusal to answer questions about its drone strike program. Programs that may well be targeting innocent people, including U.S. citizens. And certain places I be seeing drones, and it don't even be a park. Some people go to a park to, fly their drones and whatnot. But it be in places of business, man. It be in places the highway, or you may just I was on the train one time and I seen a drone just fly over certain small businesses. You know what I mean? And they saying these drones can strike people, man. It's been plenty of cases, man, about U.S. citizens being stricken by drones. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of scriptures and I'm gonna wrap it up. Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So you can see the power that the Most High given the beast. Shamerica is the harlot that sits upon the beast. You know, America was in court just claiming that it can kill people. And it says at the end of this article, it says right here, programs that may will be drone strikes. Let me go back up right here. It says, and we have a long and pointless war on terror to thank for its refusal to answer questions about its drone strike programs that may well be targeting innocent people, including U.S. citizens. Is that not Esau? It says, and there went out another horse, which horse represents power, that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Who has the blessing of the sword? Esau. Going back to Genesis with our forefather Isaac giving him that blessing to rule with the sword, and that was a carnal blessing that our forefather Isaac gave him. Jacob received the spiritual one, and the Lord explains it throughout the Bible, how Jacob was chosen from the beginning. You can read about that account in Romans chapter 9. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse. I'm gonna start from 37. And Isaac answered Slaki. I'm gonna read from verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. Verse 35, and he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. Verse 36, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he had supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And you can read about that account earlier in this chapter, when Jacob acted like he was Esau, delivering our forefather Isaac the venison that he ordered Esau to go out and hunt for. But really, Rebecca, the mother of Jacob and Esau, the wife of Isaac, she overheard Esau and Isaac talking to one another, and how Isaac was going to bless Esau for bringing him Vincent. So the mother Rebecca, she dressed Jacob into some fur-like, hunting gear to go out and get the Vincent. But really, he went out there and got the Vincent, and she cooked it. And when she finished cooking it, Jacob gave Isaac the Vincent, and he ate it, and he blessed Jacob for bringing it. Even though Jacob acted like he was Esau. And this is Esau after the fact that Isaac did it. He's crying out to Isaac, Father, do you only have one blessing? And this is what Isaac said. Verse 37, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And that's powerful, man, how the Lord just turned the tables around in our favor at that time. Even though it was already chosen from the beginning. The Lord said, bless those that bless thee, O Jacob, and curse those that curse thee. So we was never going to be out of rulership. The Lord said, he made us Lord. He made us lords over our brethren. That should be our servants. So, the Most High made that eternal. And you can read about that account in Deuteronomy chapter 28 about the blessing and the curses. We're going to be living in the blessings real soon, and Esau knows it. That's why he's coming down with great wrath. But this is the blessing of the sword which he has. In verse 38, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, which Esau is dwelling in the fatness of the earth, the plush places, the non-poverty issue places, and of the dew of heaven from above. Yeah, Esau riding in these jets, high up in the sky. He got a space shuttle. He's in his kingdom right now. Verse 40, and by the sword shall thy live. See, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that's what Esau has been doing ever since the Most High brought him in rulership. But it was only to fulfill prophecy. And I'm about to read it. See, Esau knows he's going down, man, because the scripture says so. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they should be ended, and by none other. So Esau's kingdom, Jacob's hell, the rest of the world going against Israel as well, but being trodden down by Esau ultimately too, is going to be ended by the Lord. Our condition, the oppressor being broken, is about to happen right now, yo. And it says, verse 7, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we are that world that's about to be into rulership after this world goes down. And when I'm talking about this world, I'm talking about Esau's world. His money is his face is on the money. He's always at the summit meetings, the UN meetings, the nations gathering to dictate and uh, go by international rules. They have a voice in that. Meanwhile, Jake is in impoverished conditions. Some may be rich, but that's only to help out the beast machine. You know, and you can read about that account in Revelation chapter 18. But Jacob as a whole is tried and under. The Most High said in Deuteronomy chapter 28 that we was going to be in this condition, but he did say we was going to get up out of it in Baruch chapter 4. You know, because the Lord didn't give us over to the nations for our destruction, but for a punishment, that the Lord will deliver us. So I'm going to get another scripture, Psalm chapter 10, verse 9. It says, verse 11, now verse 10, it's like Psalm chapter 10, verse 10, he croucheth and humbled himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. That's what Joe Biden did around these jakes, around you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and that's what Trump did. Guess what? That's them crouching down and humbling themselves to get you to agree to your own demise. Because once you consent to this devil, man, he has everything on you. He has the receipt for buying you. Now, although the Most High put us in captivity, that's why it's important to read these scriptures, because it talks about what captivity we're going to go in. It's talking about the last captivity we ever going to go in again. It's talking about the signs of the coming of the Lord, which is going to end this captivity for Israel, like it says in Psalms chapter 126. That's what Esau got you Jakes to do. But the Lord said, woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help. This devil's not going to help you, yo. And I just read the article. They have permission to kill you, yo. They killing people over metadata, yo. Even though it's, sensitive information that they don't want leaked. They don't want the truth to come out. They are literally like just showing their horns. Like, look, we kill people with metadata and other things too. They can target innocent people, yo. What if the innocent person so happened to bring out truth about the U.S. by only getting the source from alternative news that talks about what's going on in the public, in geo news? And they have been doing that. It was one sergeant or commander from the Navy, and he had information about the CDC and other things that people should know about, and he ended up wasted. I'm talking about literally, yo. Wasted, yo. You know how the cartoon Roger Rabbit dumps the cartoon in the green slime in the barrel, and all you hear is the frying of the flesh cooking. That's how they had the Navy commander for leaking out information. And the government, they had to do it because, look, they said they killed people over metadata. He had some type of data, some type of information to give to the public, and they didn't want it out. The way that he ended up, yo, it was horrific, man. No normal person can do that. says he has said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten, he hideth his face, he would never see it. And that's how these elite move. That's how the mercenaries of the elite move, yo. They are literally the soldiers of Satan. These are the principalities that we're talking about. So this is not a carnal war. This is spiritual. Esau is moving in with his carnal sword, his blessing, but the Lord is laughing at him in the heavens. And it says, "Arise, O Lord, O Yahweh, lift up thy hand, forget not the humble." The Most High is going to lift up his hand. He's going to lift up a standard for the elect. Wherefore do the wicked contemn Yahweh? He has said in his heart, thou would not require it. And that's how Esau moves, man. He moves like the Most High don't exist. And he's doing that right now with this COVID-19. He's going to move in with that RFID chip syringe, and he's going to shoot it in your arm to have a biometric wallet for your identification, the rest of your information that you need upon you. That's what they're doing, man. All of these innovative things that are put in these societies that are techno innovations, by the way, the 5G, the Amazon Go stores, all of that is simultaneously available right now during a pandemic. You know, they're selling the ads and everything upon these things. Why? Because this is order out of chaos. They're firing people from jobs. There's no jobs. Everybody got to stay locked down. But they're promoting things that cost money. And they're getting rid of the cash. It's cashless society. Most of the purchases are app based on your phone, or you could use your phone. You can use your card. So we in the time of he causing both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark on their right hand on their forehead. You know, they are making laws about people not wearing a mask, yo. People are going to jail. People are getting killed for not wearing a mask, yo. We need Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So with that, let me give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Quam the elect. Shalom.